Today we're looking into the 2011 Spanish science fiction film called Eva. Hello, welcome back to IM Movies. In a time when humans live with machines, Alex Garel, a cybernetic programmer, returns home after 10 years to work on a project in the robotic faculty of the university he graduated from. On arrival, Alex's brother David Garel picks him up from the airport to the university. Alex arrives at the university alongside Gris, his cat, to the robotic faculty, which is now being led by Alex's former mentor and lecturer, Julia. Alex walks in and finds Julia lecturing students in a robotic laboratory. At this time, a small robotic horse continues to fail its test, and one of the students decides to crash it by saying the phrase, "What do you see when you close your eyes?" and it falls to the ground. However, Alex walks over to the students and calmly tells them that crashing the robot is like killing its soul, telling them that the robot can never remain the same even if they restart it. Julia also adds that the phrase is sacred and should only be used when there is no other option. Later, Julia shows Alex the finished body of the SI-9 robot that he's going to be working on. Now, Alex is expected to create an emotional intelligence for the SI-9 for it to act like a little boy. However, this project is similar to a project that Alex abandoned prematurely 10 years ago. Alex worked on the project alongside his old lover, Lana, who is now married to David, his brother, both of whom have now given up robotic research to teach. Meanwhile, as Julia and Alex are about to leave the university, Alex spots Lana and they both stare at each other for a while, gradually sparking up old feelings. Alex had insisted that he'll work in his late father's house, which is now dusty and old, since it has been abandoned for years. The next day, an SI-7 robot named Max arrives at Alex's place. Max has been sent by the university to take care of Alex's needs. Max is a versatile robot created by David Garel to cook, clean, and fix anything. Max can also operate at different levels of intelligence, according to his user's preference. Later that day, Julia and Alex sit to observe some kids' behavior, trying to find a unique child fit to base the SI-9 program. However, Alex is not impressed by any of the kids shown to him, as he sees them as boring kids, stating that an ordinary kid will produce an ordinary robot. However, Alex also begins to seek Lana's attention as he begins to attend her classes. Now, while driving home, Alex's attention is drawn to a young girl named Eva. Eva notices Alex staring at her and jokingly calls him a pervert, as he admits to having watched her. Alex then asks Eva if she'd love to model for his robot if her parents agree, but she bids him goodbye instead. However, Alex makes a short video of her as she dances while going home. Back at home, Alex continues to work on the SI-9 and begins to teach it, test it, and study its levels of intelligence and consciousness. At this time, Alex's phone rings out loud, and the SI-9 robot goes into panic mode. However, the call Alex had received was from David asking him to come over for dinner. Although Alex is hesitant, he later joins them, and soon discovers that Eva is actually Lana's child. Alex also uses this opportunity to make more videos of Eva for his project. The next day, Alex sleeps off while working and soon gets startled by a knocking sound on his glass roof. Stepping out, Alex realizes that Eva has come to visit him. Eva meets Gris, and Alex watches her playfully tease Max. Later, Eva assists Alex with modeling the SI-9 through emotional recognition of expressions. But after a while, Eva gets bored and decides to leave, thinking Alex would come after her, but she later comes back on the condition that Alex will show her how it works. Alex is amused by her small tantrums and shows her how the SI-9 really works. Later that day, Eva tells Lana that she'd gone to visit Alex, and Lana scolds her for it, asking her to promise not to go there again. During this discussion, Eva asks Lana why she's never mentioned Alex to her before, and Lana says it's because she and David were angry when Alex left 10 years ago, since they were all working on a project together at the time. Eva also asks if she loves Alex like David, and Lana says she does. Eva asks her if it's more or less, and they both laugh it off. The next day, Alex proposes changing the SI-9 robot to a female to Julia, but she insists that it must be a male robot. Later, Alex meets with Lana, and she tells him that she wouldn't want him to use Eva for his project. Days later, while playing chess and catching up with old memories, David invites Alex to an upcoming graduation party, and he agrees. However, later that day, Alex is on his way out when Eva playfully throws a snowball at him. Alex asks her to leave, stating that Lana doesn't want her around him, but Eva insists and coerces him to go ice skating with her, while promising to tell him a secret about David. After that, Eva takes Alex to the top of a cliff and shows him two different houses. She says one is hers and the other one is David's, stating that David and Lana don't live together. Alex continues working on the SI-9 robot, showing footage of Eva ice skating. The SI-9 robot asks Alex how old Eva is, and also asks if she is Alex's daughter. Alex answers, saying no, but the SI-9 robot suggests that Eva and Alex look alike. Alex begins to watch Eva secretly, and soon begins to grow jealous of David's relationship with Lana. The next day, while working on the SI-9, David laughs at it and it gets angry, refusing to listen to instructions and even throws a sharp object towards Alex. Seeing this, Alex is forced to put the SI-9 down using the phrase, "What do you see when you close your eyes?" and it falls to the ground, leaving Alex frustrated. Later that night, Alex goes to the graduation party and watches as David and Lana dance slowly. Now, since he didn't come with a date, he decides to ask David for Lana's hands, and he agrees. Seeing how they are dancing, David realizes that they are still in love with each other and soon leaves the place in anger. Later, Lana and Alex realize that David is gone, and they both go outside to look for him. While outside, Alex draws close and impulsively kisses her. Realizing how complicated things could get, Lana quickly leaves, but David, who had watched them kiss, attacks Alex from behind and they soon begin to fight. Soon, David stops hitting Alex and asks him to leave since he's once abandoned Lana. The next day, Alex informs Julia that he won't be able to finish the SI-9 because he'll be leaving soon. However, seeing the scar on his face, Julia realizes that Alex must have fought with David over Lana. So she advised him not to leave another project half done again, and asked him to take 2 days off to think about it. On his way home, Alex visits Eva and asks her why she'd lie to him that David and Lana are not staying together. Eva says she'd figured out that's what he wanted. However, Alex tells her that he'll be leaving soon. On hearing this, Eva gets angry and leaves. As soon as Alex gets home, he realizes that Lana has been waiting for him. Lana apologizes for what happened and Alex asks her if she wants him to leave, but she says no. Alex walks up to her, and they begin to kiss and hug passionately, as Lana decides to spill out a secret she'd held from him. However, Eva watches them from the roof and reads Lana's lips, as she tells Alex that Eva acts like them because they both made her, meaning that Eva is the finished product of the robot that they'd both worked on 10 years ago. Soon, they realize that Eva has been watching them, and Lana goes after her as she runs away. Lana insists on looking for Eva alone, and she soon finds her lying unconscious on a snowy cliff. Lana quickly cuts an opening in Eva's back and quickly replaces one of her vial fluids. Eva gains consciousness, and they both hug each other. Eva asks Lana if anything happened, but she says it's nothing. However, Eva does not seem satisfied with Lana's response as she sees blood on her back, so she angrily pushes Lana, making her fall off the cliff. Seeing this, Eva begins to panic, and she's running back to Alex's place, and as soon as Alex opens the door, she faints. Later that night, Alex gets a report that Lana has been hospitalized, and he quickly rushes over to the hospital with Eva. On getting there, Alex realizes that Lana is now dead, and he takes Eva back home with him. The next day, Eva realizes she can no longer bear the guilt of what she'd done, so she confides in Max saying, "I pushed her." On hearing this, Max carries her in his arms and puts her to sleep, and soon informs Alex about it. Later that day, Alex tells Julia about what had just happened, and she explains to him how Julia has created Eva as the first SI-9 robot, but Eva didn't pass the safety control test. Despite this, Lana had to put all her career at risk to keep Eva as her own. Julia insists that they have to kill Eva, but Alex disagrees, stating that she's just a kid, but Julia says she's not one. Then Julia offers to kill Eva, but Alex insists on doing it himself. However, Alex decides to watch Eva and Max skate together for the last time. David joins Alex to watch them, and they embrace each other as David begins to cry. Later, Eva cries as she begs Alex to help her, saying she doesn't want to do bad anymore. She wants to be a good girl. As soon as they get home, Alex takes Eva into his workroom and switches off all the machines. Then, Eva asks Alex to read her a bedtime story that Lana used to read to her. The story is about a princess who must be killed by a prince to fall asleep. However, every night the princess tells the prince a beautiful story without an end, so the prince will have to wait till the next day to kill her, just so he could hear the remaining part. This goes on and on until the prince decides to pardon the princess, so he can continue hearing her stories. Soon, Eva asks Alex, You're not going to fix me, are you? Seeing the look on Alex's face, Ava begins to cry and hugs him, and he whispers, "What do you see when you close your eyes?" in her ears, and she falls unconscious. One interesting thing about this movie is Eva's moral dilemma. The movie explores the consequences of creating an artificial being with emotional capabilities, raising questions about responsibility, morality, and the potential repercussions of playing with advanced technology. It also delves into themes of love, betrayal, and the complexity of human relationships. Overall, the story combines elements of science fiction, drama, and ethical reflections on what's right or wrong. And the movie ends. If you'd like to see us recap any other movies or topics you have in mind, just drop a comment and let us know. And don't forget to hit the like button, share this recap, and subscribe to stay updated for the next one. Until next time.